Hello everyone, welcome to today's News Starter. Before getting into the topics of the day, let me give you a very important clue or a very important tip for Prelims 2024. Today, as you all know, the Pran Pratishtha of Ayodhya Ram Temple is going on. So, from UPSC point of view, as a UPSC aspirant, what are all the important points you should be knowing? First thing about Ayodhya, Ayodhya is one of the most holy and ancient cities of the world. It is located in the banks of river Sarayu. So this point is important from geography perspective. Mostly questions will be coming in prelims examination from mains examination point of view. I don't think you will get a lot of questions. So the first point is it is located in the banks of river Sarayu. And second one, during the time of Mahajanapatas, when 16 kingdoms were there, 16 greatest kingdoms were there, Kosala was one of the most important kingdom and Ayodhya was the capital of it. Important personalities such as Buddha and Mahavira both have visited Ayodhya and have stayed there for some time. Lord Rama was a prince of Kosala kingdom. Apart from this, about the temple itself, what you need to know is the temple is constructed in Nagara style. Totally 5 mandabas are there. More than 300 pillars are there. Apart from all these things, what you need to know is the basement, the foundation is built with granite stones so that it will not get affected by humidity. The most important point of all, steel and iron materials are not used. They have tried to use traditional sustainable materials. More than 70 to 80% of the entire construction has been done with ancient Indian techniques. So these are all the important points you need to know from the prelims point of view. So let's begin with today's topic. The topics of the day are very consider the following states. 4 states are provided: Andhra, Kerala, Himachal, and Tripura. How many of the above are generally known as tea producing states? So it's very simple. Andhra, Kerala, Himachal, and Tripura. All you need to know is in what kind of habitat tea will grow. So Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, and Tripura, all these 3 states have the climatic conditions which is suitable for tea to grow, whereas Andhra Pradesh does not have. So only 3 of the states have the climatic conditions for tea production. Amrit Dharohar Capacity Building Scheme 2023. So when it comes to schemes, it is very important for prelims as well as mains examination. Certain things you need to know. Whenever we talk about any scheme, the first point we need to know is which ministry is taking care of it. So when we talk about Amrit Dharohar Capacity Building Scheme 2023, it is the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change which launched this scheme. But when we talk about alternate livelihood program of the Amrit Dharohar scheme, so Amrit Dharohar Capacity Building is the scheme. Within that, there is a component called as alternate livelihood program. Ministry of Tourism is collaborating with the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and launched the Alternate Livelihood Program. So what exactly is this program? Amrit Dharohar scheme is to protect the Ramsar sites. Right. So what are Ramsar sites and what is wetland conservation, what is lake conservation, these kind of things you will be studying in your environment and ecology. Here, from the scheme's point of view, you need to know Amrit Dharohar is a scheme which is going to conserve the Ramsar sites. In the same way, what they are going to do is they are going to give some economic value also by providing some employment opportunities. So in this program, what they are doing is they are promoting unique conservation values of the Ramsar sites in the country while generating employment opportunities also and supporting local livelihood. So people have to conserve the wetlands in that condition when they are going for conservation. Try to provide some employment also so they will get some economy out of it, some money out of it. 5 priority sites are found under this. These are important for prelims examination. Sultanpur wetlands, which comes under Haryana. Bhitarkanika and Chilika, both from Odisha. Yashwant Sahar and Sirpur, both in Madhya Pradesh. So some basic facts which you need to know from prelims examination point of view. Languages are very important. It comes under art and culture, which is in GS1 topic of UPSC. So you need to know about languages. Whenever any language comes in news, that is very important. So what is this Madhika language? Madhika is a extinct language or almost extinct language which is being spoken in the region which borders Kerala and Karnataka, in the bordering region. So it is a blend of several languages such as Telugu, Tulu, Kannada, and Malayalam. The major problem with this language is only two people are there who are living, who are already very old, but only two people are there who are speaking this language. The name of the language is Madhika language. The major problem with this language is it doesn't have a script. When you do not have a script, when a language is not in the written format, it is very difficult to promote it or very difficult to practice it in a day-to-day life. And the people in Kerala mostly speak Malayalam, and people in Karnataka mostly speak Kannada, so no one is speaking this particular language. Now, from a UPSC point of view, the most important thing you need to know is it is largely influenced by Havyaka Kannada. Havyaka Kannada is one of the oldest forms of Kannada, which was practiced during the medieval time period. So, this is one point. Now, when we talk about linguistic diversity, certain points are very important. In 2011, linguistic census was conducted in which 121 mother tongues were found out. India already have 22 languages in its 8th schedule. This point should be known. The problem with languages in India is a country with more than 5,000, more than 17,000 languages are there in India. More than 17,000 languages are practiced in India, whereas we consider only 121 languages as mother tongues. And in the constitution, we consider only 22 languages, which clearly shows that we do not give equal importance to all the languages. One another point which we should know is between 1991 and 2011, within 20 years, the native Hindi speakers, the number of Hindi speakers in South India have actually doubled. So this shows that the majority languages such as Hindi, Telugu, Bengali, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, these languages are increasing, whereas the smaller languages, tribal languages are decreasing, which we should be taking care of. We should make sure all the languages are preserved in the country. About NISAR mission, from science and technology point of view, GS3 under the topic space, this is very important. It is a joint collaboration of NASA and ISRO. The entire detail about the scheme is it is a synthetic aperture radar mission which is conducted by India's ISRO and America's NASA. So together we are going to build the radar and we are going to launch it into the space. It is going to get launched to the low Earth orbit. NISAR will map the entire globe in 12 days. Excuse me. This point is very important. In 12 days, it will map the entire globe. So why this particular mission is very important? Because it observes each and every minute details of the Earth. Each and every small changes in the Earth's surface will be mapped by it immediately. The advantage is it is going to map the entire Earth within 12 days. So any change which happened even in a short period of time can be immediately reported. It it charts the ice mass of the Earth, ecosystem of the Earth, vegetation biomass of the Earth, sea level rise, groundwater, natural hazards, everything. It is capable of penetrating the clouds and can collect the data even in the night time. Even in a very cloudy condition, the NISAR mission will be able to identify all the features. Even in the night condition, it will be able to identify all the features. Each and every point which I'm mentioning here, you should note down so that you can use it in the mains examination if you get a question. It has two different kind of radar. One is L band and second one is S band. This detail is not that much important. You don't have to get into the scientific depth of it. It is vital for global stock take because it is going to estimate how much greenery is present, how much vegetation is present in a country, and accordingly how much of emission happens, and all these conditions can be easily identified. So this mission is extremely important. About India Middle East Economic Corridor, India, United States, in the European Union, and all these developed countries made up a agreement in the G20 recently. The G20 event happened in New Delhi recently, and by the end of the G20, India and these countries came up with the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. So this is the path of it. Try to make a note of it. What are all the countries it covers? It starts from India. It is a trade economic corridor, so that India can easily be linked with Middle East as well as Europe. So this is the basic idea of it. So from India, you have two important ports. One is Gujarat and second one is Mumbai. So these ports will be directly linked to United Arab Emirates, and from there to Saudi Arabia, directly to Israel, and then to Greece. From Greece, you can directly get into the European countries. So this is the basic idea, so that India will be easily linked with the Middle East as well as the European countries. It is going to reduce the time period to a greater extent. It is going to give a very big economic boost to India. So, basic points which you should be knowing about this. First thing, it was signed in G20 summit. What are all the kind of transportation or kind of connectivity we have under the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor? Railroad connectivity will be there, ship to rail network will be there, road transportation will also be there. Two different kinds of corridors are there. First one is the East Corridor, second one the Northern Corridor. East Corridor connects India to the Arabian Gulf, and then the Northern Corridor connects the Arabian Gulf to Europe. So we have seen the map already. You can take a note of it. What are all the things it includes? It doesn't just include the trade. It includes electricity cable, hydrogen pipeline, and high-speed data cable also. The countries who are involved in this: India, United States, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, European Union, Italy, France, Germany. All these countries should be known. It integrates Asia, Europe, and Middle East. So these are the basic points which you should be knowing from the examination point of view. One mains question for the day, which you can practice. The proposed India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor has the potential to become the most significant trade corridor globally. Comment. So you need to first introduce what exactly this corridor is. Write a small paragraph of it, or you can do it in the introduction itself. And then what are the potential for it? So India's trade is growing with the Middle East. India's trade is growing with the European Union also. So you can write the points in support of it and then give a conclusion. That's all. Some points which you can use very well in your mains examination. A very important case which you should know as a UPSC aspirant is People's Union for Civil Liberties versus Union of India, which happened in 1996. In this particular case, the Supreme Court of India very clearly said that phone tapping by the government or any governmental agencies is complete infringement of Article 19 of the Constitution, also Article 21. Article 19 of the Constitution gives the freedom of speech and expression to the individuals of the country. Article 21 talks about the right to life and personal liberty. When the government or any entity is tapping your phone or uh, trying to understand the conversations which you are having in private, that is completely against to the constitutional fundamental values. So this point should be taken care of. But the catch here is when it is under Article 19.2, that can be done. So 19 clause 2 gives certain restrictions in freedom of speech and expression. Your freedom of speech and expression should not cause any problem to others or problem to the sovereignty of the country. So in that case, it can be restricted. So this point should be known from examination point of view. Recently, as you know, the problem between Pakistan and Iran has been in news regularly. what happened is Iran bombed certain spots in Pakistan by telling that we have bombed certain terrorist camps which are in Pakistan. As a retaliation, Pakistan also bombed certain spots in Iran by telling that we have bombed certain terrorist spot in Iran. So, what exactly is the problem? The problem here is the Balochistan issue. Balochistan, as you can see in the map, is located in the southwestern part of Pakistan, and it also covers a certain southeastern part of Iran. So, Balochis are traditional uh, dwellers of the mountains in that particular region who are Muslims but have certain different culture, and their language is also a little different. Their way of life is also different. So Balochi people have been telling from a very long time that we need a separate country. The problem is the region which they claim as their homeland comes under Iran and Pakistan. So several terrorist attacks in Iran as well as Pakistan are being accused for the Baloch nationalists. So Pakistan and Iran both have problem with the Baloch nationalists. You need to know from your examination point of view the borders of Pakistan and Iran. So Pakistan is located here. Most of its border is covered by the Indian borders. Apart from that, in the north, it is bordered by Afghanistan. In the western side, it is bordered by Iran. So this you need to know where exactly this proposed Balochistan comes under. It comes under certain parts of Iran and certain parts of Pakistan also. That you should know. Gwadar port is located in Pakistan, which is a very contentious port because China is having a greater role in Gwadar port. Chabahar port, which is located in Iran, is very closest to the Gwadar port, and here India is having an advantage because India and Iran, as a partnership, developed the Chabahar port. So these are all the points, important locations you need to know from examination point of view. That will be all for today. All the best. We'll meet tomorrow.